Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Rebecca, and today we're going to be talking about the piece I did last week that I titled Waiting. I had a lot of mixed reviews about this piece, so I thought it'd be interesting to sit down and do it in 3 different styles, basically. You already saw me do this one. I did record these, but I have no idea what happened to the footage because me and technology, we do not get along. I hope the audio, at least me speaking, is a little bit better. I got a little microphone. See? Maybe. But, yeah. I probably should clip this to my shirt so I can talk with 2 hands. And hopefully you can still hear me. So yeah, let's go on and talk about the one we did last week. This was the original vision for what I wanted to do. I had been going through some old art and I found really where I was trying to really experiment with the ink and the color. That might be an interesting video to do one day. I'm overall, like I said last video, I'm happy with this piece. The only thing, really critique-wise, is I rushed on her face. Those eyes need to be down a little bit, which I did fix on the other ones, and a lot of the ink was lost in the burnishing of the colored pencil. Very happy with this piece, but a quick sidebar. Me critiquing my art doesn't mean I'm negative or that I hate it. Being able to objectively look at your art gives you so much room to grow and improve. Anyway, sidebar over. Let's focus on first what works here. The burnishing, the burnish colored pencil works. It works well in conveying the story mood. Most people interpret it as a young woman sitting in a cafe with the outside being moody or rainy. The heavy color helped convey the story, I think. The values and hues also work well throughout the piece. Now for what doesn't work, and I'm about to sound like I'm going to completely contradict myself here, the heavy colored pencil with the ink does not work. It does not work at all. The 2 mediums are warring with each other, and that leads to a complete lack of balance. The eye doesn't know where to really rest, as the 2 mediums are so heavy. Next, I decided to do the piece solely in ink. Now, most of the pieces I do in the scribble style are a single subject with no background, ink only. Right off the bat, I discovered a glaring problem. With no colored pencil, the composition is very, very, very weak. Nothing is leading your eye to the women, and the ebb and flow is just stagnant. The linear lines just make it feel stiff and rigid. I did, however, go in and fix some of the anatomy issues in the woman, so I'm pleased with how she looks. It's just unfortunate that the story got a bit lost sans color, because I love the crisp, chaotic contrast with just the black ink and the bright white paper. One thing I did think was really interesting when I asked people to critique this one is the different interpretations of the story. The first one I thought it was pretty clear that she was in a cafe and she was waiting for someone. This one I got like she's out in a forest and there's a weird wheel in front of her and she's contemplating life, and I was like, okay, yeah. Or art is up to whoever is viewing it. My intent is that she's in a cafe and she's waiting for someone and that's a chair in front of her. But the imagination people were doing, it was so fun. So if you guys have a different interpretation of this one, please tell me in the comments. I would love to know. Now, originally I was going to stop there, but how can this be a learning opportunity, y'all, if we don't keep pushing the limits? This one ended up being everybody's favorite, while I kept the composition the same, even though I already knew it was a glaring issue because of the critiques of the other one. I really wanted to focus on finding the balance between the ink and the color. And I think I achieved it here. I am very happy with the balance between the two. And rather than going in with the rubbing alcohol like I usually do with the Prismacolor pencils to melt the wax, I took a paper towel and buffed it all out while the heavy moodiness I wanted is lost. I think the balance is perfect. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Which one is your favorite? Now let's look at these two side by side. I'm so sorry for the glare. My light is very bright. That didn't help. No, it's just half in shadow. But anyway, so now we have the failed piece on the left and the better piece on the right. Look at the difference. This piece is so heavy, and I don't even want to say moody. I kind of want to just call it elementary, which is not a bad thing compared to the one on the right. I mean, gosh, the one on the right, I got the balance right. I got the colors better. I'm very happy. And I know there's still some skewing and problems there, but yeah. And then let's look at it. Just sans color versus the balanced one. The one on the left really just reminds me of a colored, something from a coloring book. It's awaiting for you to finish the story. And it just baffles me so much about how the story was lost without the color and how much the color really enhances the story. And it all comes down to composition again. Nothing leads to the woman, and it is glaringly obvious with the color. Well, not as glaringly obvious, but it is glaringly obvious in the pen and ink. And it's a shame the composition is so weak. But it doesn't mean that this is a failed piece or anything like that. It just really heavily relies on the color, which is fun. I'm very happy with how this little experiment turned out. I feel like I learned so much doing these three pieces. And especially being able to land on the one that works. I mean, composition aside. I'm so happy with how I got the balance between the ink and the color. I mean, just look at it. Super happy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any critiques or anything, I'm open to. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Cheers!